In LP360, you can easily PPK an L1 or L2 dataset. To begin, click on Utilities and then DJI PPK Utility. In this dialog, you can hit the plus button here and choose the raw L1 or L2 flight folder. Once selected, you can then see the raw data here. You can then select our survey nail, and now we can add our base station file. This is all that will be needed. Once this is all input, we can hit Update Raw Flight Folder, and then click Close, and then close LP360. Now in DJI Terra, we can select the LiDAR point cloud. We can give our project a name. And then we can select the flight folder that we just modified in LP360. This will still be the raw flight folder from DJI. Now with this selected, you can carry on with processing like we would in RTK flight. And we click here, we can see the base station information listed. Here we want to choose the coordinate reference system we plan to use in the LP360 project. Make sure this matches. Then we click on Start Processing and it will begin. Once complete, we click OK, and now we have our LiDAR data. We can then close DJI Terra and go back into LP360. Once it's open, we can import raw flight data into a new project. We'll then choose Processed L1, L2, and then choose the flight folder that Terra just created. This defaults to the Documents folder. This is not the raw flight folder, this is the DJI Terra project. Once we have that selected, we want to choose the coordinate reference system that we used in Terra with the vertical included. We can then give the project a name here and click Next. And the data will be imported into LP360 and processing will automatically begin in the background. While we're waiting on this to process, we can create our flight lines. We can then remove any unwanted flight lines from the project that we do not want to include in geocoding. So here I'll select this one flight line, then hit delete, and yes. And then we are left with 4 flight lines. And now we can see here, this is now finished. So now we have our point cloud that Terra created. Now if we want to modify this point cloud using the flight lines we created, we can then select the process here. And this will create a second LAS layer only pertaining to the flight lines that we created. So we see here now we have a trimmed down LAS layer only including the flight lines, but we still have the raw Terra LAS layer as well. So now the photos and the LiDAR data have been trimmed down to these 4 flight lines. Thank you for watching.